SGU put
Okay.
me in the best position to become a doctor, to really feel that sense of community from the very second that we got on the aisle.
Okay. Hello, friends. Welcome back to our tea time session, day 2. So, as we discussed yesterday, we are going to talk about masters. So, when I was looking into this session, right? So, what are all the things are happening in this session is like 3 plus 2 plus 1 formula, which was given by Patriji. Patriji requested everyone to practice this formula to become enlightened and to become better than yesterday. Right? So what is that 3 plus 2 plus 1 formula is 3 hours of meditation, 2 hours of book reading, 1 hour of Sajjana Sangatya. And then when I'm looking into this 1 hour session yesterday, like while I was meditating, I just got a thought, this is the complete package of what Patriji said, but we are doing it in a shorter note. Like in our 1 hour, we are doing 30 minutes of meditation, and 20 minutes of reading of masters, and the rest of 10 minutes is Q&A, which is Sajjana Sangatya, right? So this is exactly going with the plan. So always there is a master's plan. We are not aware, but as we are understanding the synchronicities and understanding why this special project came into my life, then you will be able to relate whatever it is happening, and it is happening in a perfect manner. So, as Patriji said, 2 masters are the pillars of Osho. 2 pillars of the PSSM is like one is Osho, other is Lobsang Rampa. So, why these 2 masters are important is Osho talks about only the lifestyle on this earth. How one should enjoy their life to the fullest. Fullest means fullest. And whereas Lobsang Rampa speaks about what happens after we vacate this body, or what happens when we go to the other side of the world, right? So that is exactly what speaks of Lobsang Rampa. His work is all about third eye. His work is all about seeing auras and going into the dimensions, going into another body, Parakaya Praveshas, and then seeing aura colors. All the ESP work is Lobsang Rampa, and all the other work, how you must enjoy here, how you must cherish your life here, and what are the important things needs to be done here is all about Osho. So today, and for a few days, we are going to talk about Osho, and we'll understand who Osho is. And if you know Osho, could you please raise your hand, or type it in the chat box? Yes, if you know Osho. Who is Osho? Osho is also known as Rajneesh. Rajneesh is his real name, but after enlightening, everybody started calling him Osho. So anybody knows Osho? Yes, Sarita said she knows Osho. She heard about Osho. Okay, Swayam said yes. Wonderful. That's good. So if you know Osho, you will enjoy. If you do not know Osho, you will come to know about Osho and you will enjoy. So let me start my journey here. When I came to meditation, in the year 2010, I was going to work, and my travel miles are 35 miles. And it would take me 1 hour to 1.5 hours to drive to my office. But I used that time to understand the listening to Patriji's discourses, and listening to Deepak Chopra and everyone, right? And Patriji said that it is so important to read about Osho. So then I said, okay, you will find a number of videos in YouTube. So my everyday work for 2 to 3 years is constantly listening to his knowledge and wisdom. So I can say that, even after reading few books and listening to his videos, right, I became so free from inside. So many bondages inside I have tied for myself, that, I have to be this way, woman has to be this way, wife has to be this way, we have to be this way on this earth. So many conditions are there, right? when I was listening to Osho's knowledge, when I was reading Osho's books, everything was like, becoming clear to me. I became more freer and freer and freer and freer. And that is what Osho's work. Osho's work is to make you so confused that you will remove all the conditions of your mind, all the conditions which you have accumulated throughout the years. And his work is to make zero of the conditions, and then you can start fresh. That is the Osho's work. And yes, I am very grateful to him, because actually reading Osho books made me more fearless person. In any act I do it, the fear, the anxiety will be there little bit, but not the fear. So we just jump into it and we do it. Otherwise, before we think, oh, will I be able to do it? Oh, will I be able to talk? Oh, will I be able to deliver these things? No. So after listening to Osho, and I mean, I'm so grateful to this master for making my life more free. So if you want to see Osho, I have the picture of Osho here. You can see him. And when you see him in the videos or anything, his eyes speak so much that how much knowledge and wisdom he contains, and what a serenity he has within him, you can literally see from his eyes. So Osho, he came onto this planet Earth as a Osho in 1931, and he vacated his body in 1990. So 31 to 1990. What Osho is saying is, um, in the past life, right? Osho's past life, some man killed Osho. And he said, he killed me. He could have waited 3 more days, because after 3 days, his life period will be end anyway. But he could not wait till 3 days, 3 days to complete. He just killed him. And in a very humorous way, he should have waited for 3 more days, because he accumulated karma and what not, right? And then he vacated his body in the last lifetime. But he waited 700 years to take birth as a Osho in this planet Earth, my dear friends. So he was literally waiting for the right moment, right period, right parents, right circumstance to take life here, so that he can live his life to the fullest, and he can do whatever, I mean, the purpose of life, whatever he came up, he got from the cosmos. So he wanted to fulfill those. So for that, he waited 700 years. And he says that we have eternal lifetime, and waiting 700 years was nothing to me. In the other plane, look at that, my dear friends. Osho is talking about other planes, that he waited there 700 years. We cannot even imagine us living living here for 100 days, but he waited 700 years to take birth on this plane as a Osho. So what an amazing master. So as Osho is born to a beautiful family, but her mother and her father both were young, and they were not able to take care of many children of them. So they decided to drop Osho at their grandparents' house. So as you all know, if you do not know, Osho was raised by his grandmother. So Osho's mother's father and mother, in Nana Nani we call, right? In Hindi and in Telugu, Amamma and Tata. So they dropped them there, and then they started taking care of Osho. So where he grew up, right, it was very small town, and very few people were there, and small huts, few trees, and beautiful river was there. And in that house, only his grandfather, grandmother, and the servant was there. And grandmother, they gave such a freedom to Osho that they are not allowed to teach anything. So his grandmother is very wise woman. So she made it clear to the servant, she made it clear to the grandpa, saying that um, we have conditioned our mind, and we have learned the world from others perspective, but look at us, like where we reached it, we didn't reach anywhere, and we are the same. There is no change in our lifestyle, but at least let this boy be the free, at least let let the nature take care of this boy. So she would never teach anything. Grandfather never teach anything. The servant would never teach anything. He's allowed to do anything and everything till the age of 7 years. Till the age of 7 years, he was like just being a child and being in the silence, total silent, and he loved it. He says that it is a freedom. It's not the punishment, but it's freedom. That's what Osho says. And then and also he says that he learned giving nature from his grandfather. So the grandparents are not at all rich. Okay, they were just sufficient to take care of their day-to-day activities. Yet his grandfather would give whatever he can to the others. If somebody comes with the help, for the help, if somebody comes like, in a request of help, he would never say no to any person. He would just give whatever he has. Such a lovely person. And Osho learned the quality of giving. What is the importance of giving and how one must give from his grandfather. And then definitely grandfather, grandmother, and that is the reason like the grandmother gave him so much freedom, and that is the reason he has so much love and respect for women, and he has written great books on women too, because he knows if a woman decides, if a woman supports a children, what a children can become, right? So maybe like if we teach our children, if we are conditioned, and the same condition we are applying on the children, for them to get enlightenment, they have to take several lifetimes. For them to understand the life, the art of living, it takes several hundreds of lifetimes. Just because she gave the freedom, she knows that universe will take care of the child. And there you go, within same lifetime, look at what Osho has become. So that is the childhood upbringing. And then also he says that the biggest change came into his life is when he saw his grandpa vacated his body. So when his grandfather vacated his body, so grandmother, grandfather, and Osho himself was going in the bullock cart to take him to one like hospital nearby. But during that time only, his grandpa passed away. So before passed away, Osho was so like, look at that, like, 7-9 years of upbringing of Osho in the nature, and becoming better person in the teenage time. So he was saying his grandfather that grandfather, do not worry, you just be there silently and go to the place where you have to go, and don't worry about this place, and just witness what is happening to your body. That's all. That is what Osho said. Look at the great wisdom what he was teaching. And then by the way Osho was expressing his grandfather, he became so calm while leaving his body. And Osho said that seeing death nearby, it's like not a scary thing, but it is a beautiful thing. That's what he said. Like, he can see that life is floating from the body out. And so consciously, so becoming so conscious about vacating body is so important. And he feels that that is the best experience. And from that point, his perception towards life is completely changed. And then he decided that, before birth, maybe we are not aware. After birth, we are not aware, but we can become aware when we are vacating our body. That's what Osho says. And then after his grandfather passed away, so they decided to go to their mother's place. And mother and father said, like, please come over here. It's time to go to school. And then his grandma also came to the same town where Osho's parents live, right? And his father said, okay, let's go. It's time to go to school. So he took Osho to school. And the moment he saw the school, he got so scared. It's not scared. He was puzzled. This is the school or jail? I'm not going to go to this school. And his father said, we are expecting this from you because you raised with your grandparents. They do not know how to raise you, and they raised it so differently. And now you are not showing interest to go to school. So at the end, finally they made him to go to school, and he was going it. That's a different story. And what Osho says is that my father taught me only one thing. I learned from my father only one thing. That's all. In his entire lifetime, just one thing he told, just one thing he learned is he showed how to swim in the lake. So that is the only thing, and he's so grateful about that, because every day morning at 3 o'clock early in the morning, he would go to a river which was nearby his town. He would go to the river, and he would swim for 6 to 8 hours, just being there, just witnessing the river, just witnessing the stars and moon and the dawn, and how the sun is coming, and what is the temperature at the 3 o'clock, what is the temperature 7 o'clock, how things are changing, how things are moving. He was fully aware. And after observation of that lake, right, the life has become like a river for him, for Osho, because everything is moving, everything is like how the lake moves freely, free flow. And he noticed that life is also moving like that, because we feel anxiety, we feel worried, we feel scared, because we are trying to stop the flow, or we are trying to sail in a different direction. So it is hard for us when we start flowing with the same current, right, with the flow of the river. Definitely we will reach to our destination. So that is what Osho said in his journey. And later on, he when he was young. So when he was young, his grandfather was very much interested into getting the astrology, to know Osho's astrology, because he feels there is something different in this boy. And also, back those days, as soon as you take birth, you just go to a person and you give the date and time, and they would make a kundalini. And this kundali, they say that what this person is going to become, what kind of things are going to expect from this person's life, right? So his grandfather went to Varanasi to make his the patrika. So as soon as the sage in Varanasi, he saw the Osho's date of birth, and he says that I cannot make any patrika on this boy. I will do it only after 7 years if this boy is alive. So then his grandfather was so surprised why he's saying that. So he went on showing the same kundalini with many other sages in Varanasi. Everybody said the same thing. We cannot do the kundalini because there is no point in doing kundalini for 7 years, right? 7 years, it doesn't matter. So if this boy at all lives after 7 years, then it's a miracle, and he's going to become a Buddha. That's what they said. It's same Buddha. For Buddha also, they said the same thing. Either he will become a great king, or he will become a great sage. So same thing happened with Osho. So, and then after 7 years, yes, he lived, and he was doing fine, and he's going to school. And there comes the Magga Baba. So Magga Baba came into Osho's life. So the first time grandfather went to Varanasi, and the first sage to say, this person is not going to live more than 7 years, right? The name of the person is called Magga Baba. He came all the way from Varanasi to his town to spend time with Osho. So Osho would go to Magga Baba every time, and then he would spend time with him. And Magga Baba also always share things with Osho. He never thought he's a little boy, I don't want to share. He would share the wisdom and knowledge. And Osho is always a silent person, right? He would go to Magga Baba during the night times at 2 o'clock in the night, to go and talk to him, so that everybody is sleeping, and the serenity is more. So he would just want to enjoy his conversation with the Magga Baba. But Magga Baba never objected him. Why are you coming at 2 o'clock? Nothing. He was just accepting him, and then saying that. And then after some time, Magga Baba left Osho. He said, I'm going to Himalayas. I may not see you blooming into a beautiful flower, but my wishes and blessings are with you. So Magga Baba knows what Rajneesh is going to become in the future. So that's what he said. I may not be able to see you becoming a flower, like, but my blessings are with you. And then he left to Himalayas. And the next to come is Pagal Baba. So in Osho's life, Pagal Baba came. Pagal Baba was one of those remarkable whom he's going to talk, because the way he behaves is totally different. And then he will be silent if the person comes and sits next to him. Though the person won't do anything, he would just slap him. And then everybody used to feel like, oh, why did he hit me? Why did he hit that person without doing anything? He was just sitting next to him. Why are you doing this, Baba? Then that Pagal Baba says, because I am Pagal. Pagal means mad, right? In Hindi, Pagal means mad. So gurus and only sages knows why they are acting in such way. So, but Osho would love to spend time with this Pagal Baba. And after that, again, Pagal Baba introduced Osho to Mastan Baba. And then again, Pagal Baba left to Himalayas. So Mastan Baba came into Osho's life. So Mastan Baba was exactly how Osho wants to see a human being on this earth. He was exactly like that. He says that he's the most adorable human being that he saw is Mastan Baba. So Mastan Baba also spent so much time with him, and always loves him so much. And I was so surprised to listen this sentence. Generally, for men, we don't say beautiful man, right? But Osho, he says beautiful man. So beautiful, right? So he's recognizing the beauty inside. It's not about the male or female, but he recognizing the person's heart, recognizing the person's inner divinity with the beautiful. So he calls him a beautiful man. And again, Mastan Baba said that, my responsibility is fulfilled, and I promise to Pagal Baba that I am going to be with you and, fulfill. So look at that. The gurus will start coming into our life as we progress, my dear friends. This happens with everyone. And then again, Mastan Baba said, like, it's time for me to go, and my teachings are done for you, and I am going. After Pagal Baba left, and then he decided to, he was learning all these things, right? And then finally he completed his 10th grade and 11th grade, 12th grade, whatever. And then he was intelligent student, Osho. He was, because so much clarity. If he sees one time, then he's going to put it into the paper, and that's it, right? So their clarity, their intellect is so high. So their parents and their parents and mother and father, uncles, whoever, in the town, dad's friends, everybody is expecting him to do different courses. Somebody wants him to become lawyer, somebody wants him to become teacher, somebody wants him to become doctor. So because there is a money, right? If you become those kind of, if you choose those professions, people believe that there is a high respect and there is a high pay. That's why every parent pushes their kids to become that. But Osho said, I will be a philosopher. I will study philosophy. The moment their father heard, okay, he is going to read the philosophy, and then they said, Osho, you will beg for food, you will beg for money, you will be poor if you study the philosophy. Osho said, I am absolutely fine. Me becoming beggar or poor after reading the philosophy, but I decided to study the philosophy. So he was studying the philosophy, but he got a letter from the Sagar University requesting Osho, because it's a word of mouth and he must have heard somewhere. So one of the professor, S.S. Roy, he was writing letters to Osho that please come and study in our university. So he went there and he met and he started studying. And after some time, he became a lecturer in that college. And then he was a so super cool lecturer that he would give freedom to every student, and so much love, so much care. He would love his students so much. He would care. He would respect whatever they do, all naughty things, all unfair things, no education, nothing. He would not say anything, but he would love and he would respect as they are. He was just the person. So the complaints started coming from the other department. Hey, Osho is not working properly, and his students are, look at that, how they are treating other lecturers, and but eventually Rajinish became famous lecturer for all the students. And also back those days, right? So if women's used to sit separately and men's used to sit separately. So what one time in his classroom, so a couple of girls did not show up for the classroom, and then a girl was sitting in one bench, and after couple of benches, like the boy sat and like in a way back in the corner. And then Osho said, you want me to tell the lessons to this all benches, empty benches? No, you are not going to do this in my classroom. I request everyone to mix up and sit here to learn. Because see, such a freedom, right? Back those days, okay, there are so limitations, there are still like mindset, women and men mindset, and then there is no co-ed mindset. See, the more Osho knows that the more you restrict, the more you become rebel, right? So if you say do not eat sugar, you feel like to eat sugar only. You do not do this, you feel like to do that thing only. So Osho knows about it. So if they sit separately, always they are thinking about, either boys are thinking about girls, girls are thinking about boys. And it's so fun to see at one time, if the discussions were happening, how come you let a girl and boy sit next to each other? They might fall into love, they might do some mischiefs, misbehaves, they might do the teasing things, or seeing, or having the crush or whatever, right? Infatuations and all. So you are not supposed to allow these kids to do that. Then Osho said, this is a perfect age to do it. Why would I stop? This is absolutely, they are going with the flow. That itself brings so much love in that person, and that love, the bloom of love and the bloom of care, will help them in the future. So do not worry. So that is a natural thing, and it's not new for anyone, right? The nature created that way. If you can see, majority of, like, if you take 100 men and women, so 95, not 95, but 99% are the same. They behave same during that young age, right? Because that is a nature's quality. And Osho was so rebel that he would say, okay, so if you ask me to stop this nonsense, then I have to leave this university. But SS Roy and then Saxena, they both knows that this guy has something to it. And then it's not that the kids are not getting marks. They are doing best in their education. They are doing whoever is in Osho's class, they are living their life to the fullest. They are enjoying, they are loving, they are caring, they are roaming, they are studying well, they are progressing well. So much is happening. So that's fine. Nobody was ready to leave Osho there. So we will understand till here. And I'm so I'm going to stop here till the college life, and we will discuss, after that he became enlightened, and then he did his sadhana in like one of the building, and then he became enlightened, and then he decided not to get married. And after that he started teaching to everyone what is meditation, what is art of living. So that's how Osho became so famous, right? From tomorrow onwards, we are going to learn what are his teachings, some of the teachings about like enlightenment, and some of the teaching about breath. Maybe a couple of days we will cover Osho to take his knowledge fully, to bring all his vibrations into our sessions. So let us all go into meditation, my dear friends. So Osho always says that life starts with meditation and ends with meditation. Freedom's beginning is meditation, and we are fully free with meditation. Let us all meditate, my dear friends. Sit comfortably, hands into hands, fingers into fingers. Gently close your eyes and be with your breath. Let us go into this powerful meditation. Power pack, we would say, power nap. Pawar meditation for only 30 minutes. Gently observe your breath. Wherever you are sitting, sit comfortably. Hands into hands, fingers into fingers. Gently close your eyes and be with your breath. In breath and out breath. I will be playing beautiful music and will flow along with music into meditation. Last 30 seconds, my dear friends. Okay, friends, gently place your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And gently remove your hands and open your eyes. Hope you all had wonderful meditation today. So the session is ended for now, and then we will meet tomorrow. And I will stay here for another 5 minutes to listen to your experiences. So please feel free to share your experiences.